What's up, you guys? We are here today in the city, our hometown, Sacramento. We have been meaning to give you guys a little coffee tour, a mini coffee tour of the city, because if you didn't know,
because we're coffee nerds. Oh wow, oh wow.
A lot of people don't think much of Sacramento, but it's the capital of California, and it has some really good coffee and a lot of crafty people that make crafty coffee stuff, crafty beer stuff, crafty...
And they literally
crafty everything.
Because Sacramento's coined the farm to fork capital, meaning we have the most farms within a certain vicinity. These coffee shops literally go to coffee farmers in each of the countries that they have farms at and build a relationship with those farmers and learn about their process before they even agree to purchase their beans. So literally it's from the cultivating all the way until making a cup of coffee.
This is Temple Coffee. I would like to say this is one of the most famous spots in Sacramento. You even will go to other places, other states, and you'll find Temple Coffee there. It's one of the best, in my opinion.
I mean, in Vietnam they even knew about Temple Coffee, so that was really cool to see.
To be completely honest, we wanted to show you guys what we would order, but you could literally order anything here and it'll be pretty good.
It really depends on the season.
We got Americano. I love their Americanos. They do the shorter one. It's a little bit stronger than typical places.
And I got a cappuccino.
One thing that they know how to do really well is make good coffee consistently, because I've never been here and it was bad. There's a lot of places that sometimes it's good and sometimes it's nasty, and it's just goes back to quality control. They do an amazing job at quality control, including employee training and all that stuff.
And they have really good customer service here as well.
Yeah, nobody's a snob like
us. And this shop in particular is really cute because it has a floor that's just pennies. It's a bunch of pennied floors.
This is also one of the places that got us into coffee, because we used to not care about coffee at all.
We used to actually not even like coffee.
Yeah, we were into
I want to say the word hate.
We were into tea or something.
Yeah, we're still into tea, but
I think we came here and we asked them questions, and we learned about their relationship with farmers and the brewing process, or the roasting process and the brewing process. And I actually started taking pictures of them, and it just kind of blew my mind, and it got me interested in coffee. And then now trying good coffee, now my mind is blown more. Location the second. We are at this place called Old Soul. This is actually the location they roast their coffee at, and I think this is also a place I came before, took a bunch of photos, and kind of learned a lot about coffee. So I really like this location. The one thing that makes this place stand out is not only they have good coffee, but they're also very crafty. They make their own caramel syrup, they make their own vanilla syrup, and they make baked goods and all this other stuff.
They have a kitchen.
Yeah.
So, and they have a chef.
It's very much like the caramel scissor that they use. It has a very
caramely
chef twist to it. It's not your typical stuff out of a can or something.
No.
It ain't no Nesquik.
It's got a subtle sweetness where it's the right amount of sweetness and the right amount of savory. And then it has a little tiny burnt taste to it, but it's not burnt, but it's just smoky. It's really
It's like when you get your marshmallow perfectly golden brown.
Oh, yes.
It's like that, but caramely.
Yes. That's something I would get here is a caramel or a vanilla latte, because they make their own syrups and they make it really good.
And just like Temple, they've won a lot of awards for their coffees. And just like Temple, honestly, you could probably order anything here. It's gonna be pretty good. The one thing I would mention too is order stuff that they make. Don't try to order your caramel frappuccino, because ain't nobody knows.
You don't make a caramel frappuccino.
Speaking of, yeah, I got a macchiato. This is a real macchiato. Ain't no fake macchiato. This is a fact. The macchiato, caramel macchiato that you get at Starbucks is not a real thing. This is what a macchiato is. Basically a latte. Like this is the big latte. It's like a mini latte.
It's not even a latte. Not even close.
It has a lot less milk, like a fraction.
I think it's a 1-to-1
It's
ratio.
like if the latte had a baby, this would be the latte's baby. So it's a lot more, it's stronger than a latte as far as espresso to milk content.
Yes.
And yeah, we're gonna drink
Cheers.
it. On a cold day, this will save your life.
It's funny because a lot of people would drink coffee to like wake up and whatnot. There are times when it's like I had a hard day or something and I come home or I go out, I get a cup of coffee like this, like a latte, and I'm just like, random fact because I'm a coffee nerd and I'm a nerd.
And Lynn did her thesis master's research on coffee.
Thesis master's research.
So she like knows a lot about coffee.
Well, this is just more like anatomy and like dietetics related, but nutrition and health related. So when you swallow, there are things called sphincters that allow where your food or your drink to go down. But really good? What's going on?
That's hella good.
It goes like this, so it allows things to go through, but then it doesn't allow things to come back up.
Like my mouth?
Yeah, there's sphincters up in your throat. But, so it goes through, but coffee can actually relax the sphincter muscle and then relax that muscle a little bit. So then that's how acid reflux and GERD can happen. Gosh.
That
so you
makes
have that
sense.
slight burn. So same thing with chocolate and stuff too. But hey, a little bit's okay. But yeah, that's why, because coffee's a muscle relaxer.
And
I'm gonna try yours now.
this is hella good. I haven't had this in a long time. Maybe that's why. So all that stuff I said about it being like chefy is true. I'm confirming it as we drink.
This is probably what I always get. I either get a caramel latte here or a vanilla. If you ever find me at a place where they make their own syrups of any kind, I would most likely order it. Just because I love that it's homemade and all that stuff.
We don't want no fake syrup. No, but for real though, like if...
Nah, but real talk though.
I mean, at home we've made caramel before and it was really good, but like, it's kind of like, I could go to Costco and buy like a jug of caramel for $5. And I can just put it in a coffee. And I'm just an average bystander.
Bystander?
I'm just an average human being. So when we go to a fancy place and you're, spending $5 on a drink, we have standards.
You know what you just said made no sense?
Yeah, it did.
I didn't understand it.
I said we have standards.
Well, why did you talk about going to Costco and buying caramel there?
Because like me as an average human being, I could go to Costco and buy caramel that's pre-made and I could throw it in my coffee because I know how to make coffee and it'll taste a certain way. And if I go to a coffee shop and they give me that same like crappy caramel that they got at Costco,
okay.
Gosh,
Vince.
I could have done that myself.
Talking about really long stories.
Yeah, and this has met my standards.
Look at this mural behind us.
Wow.
Oh, wow. It's so beautiful. Look at this one. Scroll it up a little bit. Okay.
Wow, 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 wow. There's actually a lot of really nice murals in Sacramento. The city actually commissions artwork. You know how people take that like selfie in front of the wings in LA? You could take a selfie under the waterfall being attacked by a tiger.
Let's do that.
Alright you guys, so we've now reached our final destination, Chocolate Fish. And this is a kind of an interesting place in Sacramento because it's not your typical coffee shop. It's actually, the owners are from New Zealand.
One of the owners.
One of the owners.
The husband's from New Zealand.
But they both lived in New Zealand. And so they have New Zealand style coffee. So instead of an Americano, it's called a long black. I was always wondering what came first, the Americano or the long black?
Who knows?
maybe you guys let us know. But one thing I do notice is an Americano, it usually looks real silky. I don't know if they pour it differently because it's literally just espresso and water, but you usually get this cool little design on it, which you kind of don't really see anymore because it's been sitting there for a couple minutes.
So it all just fused together.
But when it comes out, if you guys see it, looks like
It looks
really
like a
cool.
Van Gogh.
Yeah, it looks like a
Starry Night.
like an expensive painting, but in your coffee. And Lynn got a flat white. If you guys ever been to like Starbucks, they started serving flat whites. But I think it's kind of funny because they're not from New Zealand. They're just kind of like, oh yeah,
that's the new thing to
flat
do.
whites
Let's
are
make a
popular.
flat white.
Let's do flat whites. But this place has been doing flat whites for a long time. I think we had it here for at least 2 years before we started seeing it at Starbucks. But
More than 2 years.
a flat white is basically a latte that's just slightly less milk. But here we go.
Cheers. Chink. Ah.
And this is
It's been a while.
this is what I was talking about with you should try your drink before you add a bunch of junk in it, because this is really good by itself.
That's so good. I literally, like, when we sat down, I was like, I can't have any more coffee, Vince. I put this down, I looked, I was like, I can't have any more. Now I'm like, oh, I want all of it.
And this is why you have to come to Sacramento and try coffee, because it'll change your life. Before today, I was just a normal person.
Before today?
Now, I'm a prominent member of society. How about you?
Me too.
Before this trip, you were in a dietitian. But guess what? Now you are.
I am.
Not because of all your studying.
Not
or hard
because
work.
of several years of school and then a full year of slave work.
Yeah, it's because of this.
Learning and
It's
going
'cause
through
this.
all these rotations.
Am
And
I a dietitian now?
I really hope not.
Another cool thing about this place is they're the first place in Sacramento to do nitro cold brew.
Oh, yes.
They really presented it in the right way too, because a lot of people
see if I can find a picture
they put it
of
in a cup and then you drink it through a straw, and it's now at that point it just tastes like slightly different cold brew, but when you drink it in a glass cup, it
The
is
mouthfeel is what's important.
it's creamy. So it almost looks like a fancy beverage,
Yeah.
which it is.
It's like they coined it the morning beer.
Unlike a lot of other places, they don't have Wi-Fi, so this isn't really a place to come study. They really do that to like push you to socialize and talk to people. So it's more about the coffee drinking experience.
It's also nice to go to a coffee shop like this, like meet up a friend. Not everyone here is gonna have like a laptop open or doing something on their devices. They're actually sitting, hanging out, and enjoying their coffee. A great cup of coffee too.
Wow.
And the owners here are so nice. So nice. I mean, actually, all of the coffee shops, the owners are really, really nice.
They definitely like will come and talk to you and ask you how your coffee is and treat you like family basically. But
Like, I think why this place was one of my favorites at first is because it was obvious that it was like a mom and pop place. The husband and wife would come out and say hi to us, talk to us, and then like a few weeks later, they like would say, hi Lynn, hi Vince. It's like, what? And then several years later, we've been living in LA for like over 2 years now. We'll come and they'll be like, Lynn, Vince.
they'll like remember details of our lives too.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean,
not
like-
it's genuine.
Yeah, and like the wife, because she follows us on social media, like during our 6-year anniversary, she called this guy out like, you do know what this is? You know, it's called a diamond, and girls really like it. Maybe you should propose. And then the next year, when he finally proposed, she was like, about time. She's got my back.
Anyways, this has been our Sacramento coffee tour. Just so you know, there's a lot of other spots that you guys can check out. There's Pachamama, there's Insight, which is like one of the bigger ones. They have a bunch of different locations. Pachamama has 2 locations. There's Identity, there's
The Mill.
The Mill. That's the cool part is there's so many out here and they're all good. So happy exploring. Hope this helped you get a glimpse into the coffee world in Sacramento, and I hope it inspires you guys to drink coffee. But
good coffee.
Not crappy coffee. Until next time, friends.
Come visit Sacramento.